Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, and I want to share some advice for wristwatch collecting. Now, it's easy to go out, go to an authorized dealer and look at all the different pieces and try to base your purchase decision upon the price that dealer is going to offer you. And that's a dumb move. The best thing to do, again, is to perform your due diligence up front and find what's out there. Do you want something you can wear every day? In that case, I'd go with a diver. Do you want something to wear in dry conditions only? I'd go with a dress watch. But just because a certain brand manufactures a watch doesn't mean it's a good watch. There's a lot of dogs that all of the big watch manufacturers manufacture. So just because you're getting a big name doesn't mean it's going to be desirable, doesn't mean that it's going to hold its value or appreciate. Now, a lot of people get involved with collecting watches purely for purely as an investment vehicle. And a lot of people will say, man, that's, wristwatches are a dumb investment. But, if you look at the core references, say for example, the Rolex Submariner, that's a good example. The Rolex Daytona, the Omega Seamaster, the Omega Seamaster 300M. Look at a historical price chart for those, and the trend, it's just a bullish upward trend. So those pieces that I just mentioned, those three pieces, those are solid, in my opinion, solid investments. Again, things can change. The desirability of the particular reference can change. The desirability of the brand as a whole can change. So there's really, it's like anything else, there's no guarantees. But one thing is certain, if you're buying a wristwatch you plan to enjoy for a long time, and it's going to be reliable, it's hard to beat a Submariner. It's hard to beat a Seamaster 300M. Yeah, they're kind of expensive. Well, actually, they're very expensive now because the price has continued to go up. But, if the price continues to go up like it has, there's people that got into purchasing those watches 10, 15, 20 years ago. And, they've greatly appreciated. We're not talking doubling in value, but, depending upon the condition and all that, some of them have, I'd have to look back at the price chart, but just pull open a price chart and you'll see what I'm saying. It's insane how rapidly those pieces have appreciated. But yeah, those particular references hold their value, but they're also very well made. And something else, a lot of people, again, the scenario where somebody goes into an authorized dealer and they buy something just because it's a good price and it's a big brand. That's a dumb move. Perform your research up front. Some great websites, chrono24.com. That's a great way. Just pull open a watch you're looking at, pull open the price chart, the pre-owned market price chart, and see if it's continued to go up, if it's flat, is it going down. And keep in mind, just because a piece is going down doesn't mean that it's not desirable. There's a lot of brands that have encountered temporary setbacks, and there's a lot of bargains to be had. If those brands rebound, people that got in while they were not as desirable, potentially it could go up in value over the long haul. And again, it's not all about investment. Ultimately, every watch I buy it to keep and wear. Swim with it, shower with it, whatever. So I primarily like dive watches. That's just personal preference. I do have some that I don't get wet. One of those is a Breitling Super Avenger, and the other is a J.J. LeCoultre Master Control. So those, I don't wear them near the water, but the rest of them I do. And my personal preference, again, I like divers. Divers I've got Submariner 114060, which is ceramic Submariner without a date. I've got the old Seamaster 300M. It's got a very faded bezel now. It's the aluminum bezel. And then I've got Ulysse Nardin Maxi Marine Diver, which is a tank of a watch. And then a Panerai PAM 00112 Luminor, which is also a tank of a watch. So, and then on the dress side of the house, I've got the J.J. LeCoultre 40mm master control, and then the Breitling Super Avenger, which I wouldn't call it a dress watch. It's just a big chronograph watch. So, you know, but again, it's one that, even though it does have stated water resistance, I used to wear it in the water and it leaked twice, but it was covered by the international warranty through Breitling, so it was repaired for free. But for that reason, I will never take that piece near the water anymore. So if you were only going to own one watch, what I would do is I would go with Submariner. Again, there's two types of Submariners. Well, there's more than that, but there's a Submariner which has no date, and then there's a Submariner with a date. I would go with the Submariner without the date because it's probably going to be more desirable over the long haul. Or I would go with a Seamaster 300M from Omega. And that's just if you're only going to own one watch, you don't care about collecting. You know, those would be the two that I would consider. Now, there's a lot of bigger, bigger manufacturers out there. I mean, you've got Vacheron Constantin, Audemars Piguet, and Patek Philippe. Now, those are really, really high tier now. I mean, they're through the stratosphere. So, you know, for most people, unless you started collecting many years ago, even the used references that can be found from those three brands are probably not even worth considering, just because they are so highly priced. But I hope this video is of value. Again, expand this video's description and then click the link there to go to timepiecesfortomorrow.com. That's a website I've got. You can find pre-owned watches and accessories there. And comment below, tell me what you think, and be sure to subscribe and ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Oh, did you like this video? Feel free to support me on Patreon. Again, it's completely optional, but it's appreciated. I'm an independent YouTuber, and I don't have the big marketing budget that a lot of YouTube channels have. So if you choose to do so, you can find a link to my Patreon page within this video's description. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, iRick Sky here. Thanks again for your viewership. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. If you're looking for iRick Sky's Adventure Channel merch, like this t-shirt and a lot of other cool stuff, expand this video's description. You can find it all there. Y'all have a good day.